Hey pals, Peeps here. Thanks for dropping in today. Just a few things to show. A little gift from a hobby pal, a little stack that is, and we've got a few things I could highlight in the background that I picked up at the antique mall. I already mentioned this one. Probably needs a little bobble to start things off on the video. Picked up a couple of Pez dispensers to go with my childhood Star Wars figures, Luke and Boba Fett. Those were super cheap, those Pez dispensers. That was at that antique mall I met Scott at. I've got a little small stack from the ComC box that I just got in, so let's get right to it. All right, I want to start things off with this small stack. It came from our pal Shane over at Shoebox Legends, along with some other items, but I just wanted to focus on a few things here. We both love the Premier League, and it looks like he's given me a Trent to kick things off, an Instant Impact. This is an insert Prism set from a few years ago. Very cool. Here's the back. Looks like 2020-21. 5 years ago now. Anyway, Trent now playing with Real Madrid, and Real Madrid is in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I'm about to tune that in actually, so we'll see what happens there. Look at this. This is that Decade's Best insert set. I think this is from 2020 Topps. Could be wrong. Let's find out. Oh, this one's numbered to 50 too. This is 2023 Topps. Of course, I'm way off. Anyway, I do have a bunch of these Decade's Best cards in my Retired Stars box to be filed, and I was thinking about making a page of the Decade's Best cards. And look at this one. I mean, featuring the Say Hey Kid in gold refractor form. That is sick. All right, on to Salvi Perez. The 2020 Topps Heritage, of course, in the 1971 design. At one point, I was trying to put together the 2020 Topps Heritage set. I do have a binder. The high numbers are just kind of tough. Maybe I'll finish it one day. I do love the 1971 Topps design, which is why I decided to put that Heritage set together. But Salvi Perez, you know, one of my favorite catchers for sure. Maybe my favorite catcher in the game today. Still doing it effectively too. Here's the back. How about a Dave Winfield from Fleer Ultra, one of my favorite all-time brands, Fleer Ultra. Of course, you got the flaming baseball up here. In hockey, it was a flaming hockey puck. So that's super cool. Winfield here, shown with the Twins. And this might be the season he got his 3,000th hit as well, I was thinking. So that's really cool. Here's the back of the Fleer Ultras. Beautiful backs. How about this Puckett from Fleer Ultra? This would be 90, what is this, 90, oh, maybe this is the same year, Fleer Ultra, 93? Yeah, 93. Now, I remember these. This is the Ultra All-Star, which was like one out of, I don't know, half a dozen packs or so. So you'd get a few per box. That's super cool. Did not have this puck, so that's excellent. I do have a little Puckett collection. I just kind of keep all my Puckets that I come across, and I pass doubles on to pals and whatnot. I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. Here's the back. Anyway, here, look at this, a Puckett, Upper Deck Puckett Electric Diamond. Now, if you can see, I mean, you guys are probably familiar with the Electric Diamond, but it's not coming across great on the camera here, but you can see that kind of rainbow foil diamond effect on the Upper Deck logo down here, and it kind of goes across. It says Electric Diamond. Another Puckett I did not have, at least I have this Upper Deck, but didn't have the Electric Diamond, so that's another win, another dart landed from Shoebox. How about this Topps Pristine Joe Mauer? This will be perfect for the Retired Stars collection. A legend, Joe Mauer. Brand new statue was made, and it's a really nice looking statue of Joe Mauer catching right outside the stadium. Very cool. The Twins are kind of off to a hot start, although nobody's going to the games because everybody's pretty upset with the ownership. But they are playing really good ball, and it's pretty fun right now. And last but not least, this one I knew about. This is the Josh Gibson Vintage Stock from 2024 Topps Update. Now this is the Gibson all-time batting average leader card, recognizing Josh Gibson's .372 career average. Just outstanding. When Major League Baseball incorporated the Negro League stats, Josh Gibson qualified for this and took home the title over Ty Cobb. And what a shot of him sliding in, kicking up all that dirt. It's a fantastic image, fantastic copy, numbered to 99. These vintage stock are really cool. You can see the back's a bit gray, and the front on the vintage stock from 2024 has this kind of half-tone effect on the side, sort of comic book-esque. And then the diamond here on the vintage stock is all red. So that's different as well. In 2024, Topps really went the extra mile with the vintage stock designs. 2025 vintage stock are super cool. 2026 are pretty cool as well. So anyhow, I feel like Topps took a step in the right direction in regards to the vintage stock. Really enjoying these, and this one is a home run. It's going to go great. I know exactly. There's a slot for this, and there's a slot for this in my Retired Stars binder. Just fantastic. Absolutely awesome. All right, how about a quick stack from the ComC box, which just came in. It only took, I think it was 23 weeks to get my ComC box, because I guess they're running behind.
This is a bummer, man. That's a bummer.
So anyway, not a big deal, but it did take forever. And of course, we'll have a little ComC crumple with all this. First off, we got a beautiful 96 for my Bubble Blow collection. 1996 Pinnacle. Beautiful. Look at that foil on the bottom. Pinnacle, Hideo Nomo. Sort of a trailblazer in terms of Japanese pitchers in the more modern era. Of course, you had Murakami in the 60s, who debuted with the Giants, who's still with us today, who I've talked about. And I believe I've shown that rookie card. But anyhow, I digress. We have Hideo Nomo on this fantastic Pinnacle, blowing a small bubble. But they all count in the Bubble Blow collection. That is a mini collection. Maybe one day I'll break that out. I like to have little mini collections. It just makes things more interesting. You know, big high leg kicks, bubble blows. I got some Glasses Game, what I call the Glasses Game collection. And these are all cards that I just come across or are just super cheap, or like super cheap ComC pickups, for instance. And Hideo Nomo is such a great figure in Japanese pitching history, Dodgers pitching history. Of course, we have 3 Japanese starters on the current Dodgers roster, so I just love that history and that legacy. I certainly love that Pinnacle foil. That is sick. Here's the back. Of course, Nomo had that signature wind-up that is sort of unmistakable. Where he practically bent himself backwards. All right, there we go. Nomo on the board as we zoom in. And we zoom out. This camera thing, I don't know if I'll ever get it straight. How about this? A punch hole, not a pinhole, a punch hole Tommy Agee, 1970 tops. Tommy Agee with a fabulous punch hole. Just love that one. This looks like it was taped into a binder and then perhaps moved to something else, or perhaps the punch hole was part of a game of some sort, but I just love that. And Mookie, let me know, maybe we can make a trade.
Yeah, they gave dude a beeper. And also, whenever these guys call.
What if it's during a game?
All right, next up, we've got 78-79 Topps football. Ian Wallace from Coventry. I'm slowly building this set little by little. I just love the design of this set, and there's been some baseball releases that mimic this set design as well. It looks like I've got one of those right here that I'll show you in a second, but how about that head of hair? The hair in this set, kind of across the board, is pretty spectacular, and this Ian Wallace is no different. That is something else. Here's the back of these. Look at that beautiful bright orange on the back. And this is what I was talking about. I believe this was a Throwback Thursday from 2021, maybe. The Juan Soto in that same design. Just absolutely love it. Super cheap on ComC. I think I picked up 3 of these. It's going to make a 3-card row in the binder on the 2021 page for Juan Soto. So I really love that. All right, next we've got a couple more here to show. We've got the John Connolly from Birmingham. We've got another one here, John Bird. Appropriate last name there for Newcastle. That's it for those 78-79 soccer. But how about this? A 1961 post-perforated Bill Mazeroski, or company set. I wanted to get this because the 1960 season, which is denoted here, was so huge for Maz as he hit that one of the greatest home runs of all time in the World Series to win it for the Pirates. So wanted that 61 post-perforated Maz. These are blank on the back, but anyhow, I do have like the 61 Maris as well. And I just love that as a sort of a left field set. I do gravitate towards the perforated ones, the company issue ones, and those are essentially full sheet redemptions of, I think you'd pick a team of your choice. If you sent in some UPCs or whatever from the products you were buying, and they'd send you a team set, but they were perforated and you had to separate them yourself. So a lot of people would take scissors to them. Some people carefully kind of separated them, and those are the more desirable ones. People like to see the perforations that you can kind of see at the top here. And I'm no different. I like to see that. Anyway, love this Maz, love what it represents, and it fits perfectly in the Big Seasons collection. Another big season here. This is going straight to the binder after the ComC crumple, of course. And this is the 2021 Topps Shohei. This is a retail blue. First MVP season for Show. And I just love the parallel. This is going into the binder, and I've got a page for this particular card. Card number 150 in the set. 2021 only had one base card. He's often had 2, one pitching and one hitting. This one was just pitching from 2021. How about this one? Another shout back to Mookie. This one's staying with me though, because it's a huge season for Joe Morgan. And this is let's get this out of here. 75 Joe Morgan. The first of back-to-back MVP seasons and title seasons. So the 75 and 76 Joe Morgan are really important cards in my collection. I've been accruing a lot of parallels, if you will, to both of those cards. And this one is no different, as it has multiple pinholes kind of along the borders here. There's a couple over here, a couple over here, one down here. So this is my pinhole variation to the 75 Joe Morgan. And this was had on ComC for very little, of course, because, well, it has pinholes in it. And last but not least, we've got a couple. I'll take ComC slips out in advance. I'm sure you're tired of hearing the crumple. Anyway, here's a first pitch card from 2015 Topps. Jeff Bridges, the dude.
That or his dudeness, or Duder, or El Duderino, if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
By now you guys probably know that The Big Lebowski is one of my all-time favorite films, perhaps. And this is probably right in the top 3. I reference it a lot on this channel. First pitch, card number 1, Jeff Bridges. Just fantastic. Love it. So that one needs a stand. And following that, and lastly in this video, a 2017 Topps first pitch, John Goodman. Also acquired on ComC, both very cheaply. I just love both of these. Walter and the dude.
Is this your homework, Larry?
Look, man.
Please.
Let me know what you think. Tell me what was your favorite. And thanks for sticking around. If you've been here for this long, I really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.